Despite the large offer of central data solutions such as NAS systems or cloud services, USB media are still frequently and gladly used storage media. Therefore, USB media is also often used in conjunction with a NAS, especially when it comes to exchanging data or backing up the NAS to USB media. In this video, we will discuss how to use external storage media with Synology systems and what needs to be considered for smooth operation. Basically, you can use any classic USB stick and any USB hard disk with our systems, but also special solutions such as Thunderbird QuickStore RDX are compatible with Synology NAS. It is important to know that USB media doesn't touch or affect our internal volumes directly. For example, hard drives. In this case, it wouldn't be possible to expand the external rate with a USB hard drive. On our compatibility list, you will find USB storage media that we have explicitly tested. However, since it is impossible to test all USB storage devices, we can assume that all classic USB storage devices that do not require special drivers will work with Synology NAS. Basically, using USB media with Synology devices is quite simple. Once the media is connected, this is recognized as an external separate volume or USB folder and is ready for data exchange. Since the USB device is usually connected to a different systems such as Synology NAS or a Windows, Linux or Mac computer, we must ensure that the USB medium is also supported by the operating systems we use, because not every operating system in our everyday life can handle every file system 100%. This means reading, writing or formatting the data carriers. It would be fatal, for example, if we were to make a backup of our NAS on a USB hard disk and couldn't read it out on our Windows, Linux or Mac computers to get our data quickly. Or if we simply copy data from the NAS to a USB stick and the stick cannot be read by the PC afterwards. Therefore, we have to consider before use which formatting of the USB medium is best or compatible for our application scenario. Classic, widely used file systems for external storage media are the following. FAT32 is an old but widely used file system and is therefore supported by almost all operating systems. However, we have the limitation here that we cannot store files larger than 4 GB. Especially nowadays, files or file containers like backups are much bigger and therefore cannot be stored on a FAT32 formatted disk. exFAT can be seen as a new edition of FAT32. This file system is supported by both Mac and Windows. ext4 is a classic Linux file system and is not used in normal Windows or Mac working environments. HFS Plus is Mac specific file systems and Windows systems cannot handle it by default and require additional software. NTFS is a common and widely used file system because it has no limitation on file size and is 100% supported by Windows, Mac systems, can also read NTFS and write to it with additional software. Synology systems can handle the most common file systems and both read and write them. These include ext2, ext3, ext4, FAT32, NTFS, HFS Plus, and exFAT. For exFAT, however, we require the exFAT access package from our package center for licensing reasons, which can be installed optionally if required. But if we want to format a USB medium directly on the NAS, we only have Linux typical ext4 and the classic FAT32 available. So, if we want to use a different file system such as NTFS, the USB medium must first be formatted on a compatible device such as Windows computer. Let's take a classic example. If I buy a new stick, there is a very high chance that it is formatted with FAT32. But since I want to save larger files later, we first reformat it to NTFS. For this, I search for the stick in Windows Explorer. Here it is already displayed directly. Now I select the stick and open the formatting window via the context menu. Then I select the file system NTFS, leave the quick formatting activated, and rename the stick directly to weekly backup. If I then start the formatting and confirm again that all data on the stick is deleted, it doesn't take long time until the formatting is done. I would like to copy some data to the USB stick now in order to exchange it with the NAS later. In this example, it is a video and a photo. Now we connect the flash drive to our Synology NAS and switch to the DSM interface with File Station. In the File Station, the stick is directly recognized as USB Share 1, and we can already see the data on the stick. USB Share 1 is a default name when we connect USB media for the first time. If we connect several USB media, they would be recognized as USB Share 2, 3, 4, etc. The stick is all ready to use and we can easily exchange data between NAS and USB media. This works, for example, here via File Station in the DSM. For example, I can open the photo from the PC here in the interface directly. The same applies for the video, of course. The USB medium can be accessed via a PC in the network, even if the USB medium is no longer directly connected to the PC. To illustrate this, I will switch back to the Explorer of the PC. Here I have simply put the NAS as a favorite to the quick access and can also access the weekly backup stick on the NAS. Here I can also open the photo or the video. These are provided by Synology on the network, so we can easily access them from any device on the network. So we turn a USB flash drive with our NAS into a central storage location. Let's get back to the DSM. If we want more detailed information about our USB media, we can view it in the control panel. Under the item External Devices, we see information such as manufacturer, model, name assigned in the DSM, memory allocation, and the file system. Under formatting, we could format the stick in ext4, FAT32, but we don't want that yet. We want to assign the stick a specific, meaning fixed name in the DSM. This is best done in the control panel under Shared Folders. Here we select the stick, click on Edit and change the name here. This way the stick will always be recognized under the assigned name and displayed under this name in the File Station. This is very practical, for example, for USB sticks to which we always run our backups. It would also be possible to assign the same name to several USB media, which is helpful for rotating backup media. If you are working with multiple HDDs, this can be done under a single backup job. But then we have to make sure that the media are never connected to the system at the same time. Otherwise, one of the sticks or hard disks will be marked with the edition number 1 or number 2. One more small note: the DSM always recognizes a USB medium by its USB ID. This means then when using a drive with removable media such as QuickStore RDX drives, the DSM recognizes and uses the USB ID of the drive. In this scenario, we assign a fixed name for the drive, for example RDX QuickStore, instead of the individual removable media. If we have a storage medium without direct USB connection, such as SD card, this could be, for example, the memory card of our camera, then we can use a simple SD to USB adapter, connect to the NAS and copy photos and videos to the NAS without using the PC. By the way, if you often want to exchange data between the same USB media and the NAS, you can do this with Automate USB Copy. And you can also add Automate Schedule Backups of our NAS to USB media with Hyper Backup package. Both packages are available for free for all Synology NAS. Using USB media is quite simple and offers many advantages. We can exchange files manually or automatically with our NAS as needed. Especially for backups, USB media is an easy and inexpensive way to make backups, which can be done quickly by any user. Using USB media is quite easy with Synology. All you have to do is check which file system is right for you before using it to ensure compatibility and worry-free operation.